Hello, this is sequence number 2 for our happy feet. Sequence number 1, we work with the tennis balls on getting awareness down to the feet and bringing some flexibility, or learning what we can do about bringing more awareness and flexibility to the feet. This would be always your start. It's like your warm-up. Today with the block, we have one block, we are working on bringing more awareness towards our lower legs, especially the calves. As often when we are not aware of how we are standing, not only our feet are with time and with age become more tense and more inflexible, so does our calf and our lower leg muscle part. So the block can help us with this. First, remember that a car has 4 wheels, right? We agree on that. And the car, if one wheel is crooked, cannot really drive. And here we have, I painted it on my foot, we imagine 4 wheels on our feet. An inner wheel, an outer wheel, inner heel, outer heel, like 4 points where we kind of focus on when we stand to put our weight down. Don't get too intellectual about it. Just let that pass by and follow me a little bit in how we are approaching that, and then using the block for our practice today. So first of all, when you just stand now and you have seen the 4 wheels, and it might be new or not new to you that this is the way we want to kind of focus to bring our awareness down through these 4 wheels, you can start by just rolling a little bit up and down from your heel to your toes. Very simple. Even you can go back and see, who can I balance here? Come up on your toes. Just bring the same awareness to your feet as we did with the balls. Then stand still. Lift your toes up, just the toes. And feel how the balls of your feet are now more prominently touching the floor. You might feel your arch and you might feel your heels, and then let them go. Lift them up again and let them go. And that's good for now. I always play a little bit with my feet. I lift. I do that constantly when I'm sitting on the computer, even bring some awareness and life into my feet. The second thing you want to watch for, because this is a practice we do standing, to come to what we call Tadasana, our mountain pose, to stand as tall and straight as you can as you practice, without over effort, with not just the effort needed to stand tall, not going into any hardness. A wall is a good helper. Depending on where you are, what size or weight you have, if I put my heels on the wall and have my feet hip width apart, I feel my sacrum and my buttocks on the wall. And I can bring my shoulder blades to the wall and the back of my head and the little finger side to the wall. And this is a sense of standing straight and tall for myself. It is where we open the chest and where we drop the shoulders down and keep the chin parallel to the floor. If this is kind of awkward to you and it feels like you're falling down when you do that, or forward when you do that, just walk your feet about an inch or so forward, not too much. So you're not sitting, just enough to get a sense of sacrum on the wall, shoulder blades on the wall, little finger side on the wall, chest open, head on the wall, chin parallel to the floor. We leave it at this for now, because this is essential also when we now practice with the block. Stand sideways to a wall, first of all, so you have a little bit of support here. And you will be putting the place where your 4 front wheels are on the edge of the block. And you will have your heel down. And then you let your toes go, and automatically when you put a little bit weight onto this, it's a nice stretch of the area where your toes are. It can be a little uncomfortable, but not too much. And then when you have that, you kind of lean into a little bit. You know, now I was standing back, lean into a little bit and start lengthening the leg a little more, lifting your chest bone a little more, standing a little straighter. And when that is still comfortable enough, you start lifting the heel of your back foot and push down with the heel of your front foot. So I'm going a little bit forward, I can even adjust my foot and go back a little bit. And now I'm really starting to push the heel of my practicing foot down, lift out of my chest bone, and you might feel a sense of 5 or 6 on a scale of 10 in the back of your calf muscle. Just enough to say, oh, I noticed that. Then you let it go and stand back. Again, a moment, just stand. Feel both feet on the wall. You can close your eyes for that. Not on the ball, on the floor. And notice the difference, how the practicing foot feels in contact to the floor and the other foot. There is a difference. Repeat on the other side to stand about a foot and a half away, find your place, and now you also pay attention. Does it feel the same on this side? And you start putting your toes down so you feel a gentle information in the front arch of your foot where the front 4 wheels are. And then I lengthen the front leg and I start leaning a little bit into it, like I'm wanting to shoot forward, but not so much that I'm bending, just enough to feel now I'm grounding my heel of the practicing foot. Put the toes down and I'm lengthening with my body away from it. And you should have a good sense of stretch in the back of your calves for a breath or 2 or 3, and then you come back. And again, just feel for a moment, this is about awareness and not so much a practice only where we do one after the other. This is practicing mindfulness as we get to know our feet. Grounding through the feet, notice these 4 wheels of your feet. As much as it is available for you, visualize and feel both soles of your feet touch the floor. Right, left, is there a difference or not? The next one has to do with the same practice, only this time you put the block parallel to the wall and you stand with your heel on the wall, or again an inch forward if that is what you need, and you want to stand with your buttocks, your shoulders, your little finger side and your head on the wall, especially once we practice. For now, just learn to do that. Foot number 1 steps on just like we did. And now number 2 follows, and now both feet are up, toes are down. And it might be that the block lifts a little bit, that's okay. And as you lean back into an upper body, your posture in your upper body being tall, there's not much happening for most of us. If that is a little stretch in the back there, your legs are straight, it shouldn't be more than a 4 or 5. Now I put my fingertips on the wall and slowly push myself forward to stand away from the wall. Just my hands support me and I push. I have little upper body strength here where I push my chest bone forward, my heel down, and slowly lift my chest bone. Imagine the neck is in alignment with the back of your spine and you start feeling quite a bit of a stretch in the back of your calves for a breath or 2 or 3. Breathing in, with the out breath, lift your chest, ground your heels down, feel, wow, there is a muscle that's stretching, and then you step off. You can do that in any way, like I did it on the wall. You can do the very same thing, what we did with 1 foot sideways, but often we feel a little crooked that way, so the wall can be your helper, and you start experiencing how the back of your legs start to become a little more flexible. When you then go back again to stand with your feet hip width apart and you lift the toes and you bring them down and you go on your toes and you go back on your heels like that little swing we do, and then you stand still for a moment, close your eyes. Again, feel the sensation of the soles of your foot touching the floor. Feel the sensation of bringing the weight of your body to these 4 wheels, in particular to the back wheels. Like I said in the beginning, we tend to stand too much forward, and we want to come to a place that the weight is distributed between too much forward. We barely lean too much back because this is not what we do, because we have no sense of what back there is. It would be a back bend. but we are tending to have more weight on the toes of our feet. So come back a little bit, ground through the two wheels that are on your heels. And you can also always do that when you lift the toes, then you have the four wheels very prominent on the floor, and lift the chest bone like you're standing on a wall, and you let it go. That's good for today, for this type of exploring how your lower legs are connected to your feet. I remind you, practice the first sequence, the warming up of the feet, always first. And if you only do it for a minute or two, and then explore the one we just did today. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.